What's up, everybody? Nate Sarantino here, back with another episode of the Free Thinkers Emergence podcast. Today is about life and us being grateful to be alive, loving your life, and why you really need to wake up every day with the mindset of gratitude, of being alive and understanding you get to do things. So, simply put, there's this story, or I want to say situation that I've heard of from many people. The first person I heard of it from was Brad Lee. Now, there's a lot of people who have talked about it, but it's called the $1 Million Morning, and it's simply put, if someone came up to you and said they would give you, let's say, $10 million at this very instant, and you could accept this $10 million with no strings attached, besides for the fact that you couldn't wake up tomorrow. Would you take that $10 million? I mean, it's that's the thought. You probably wouldn't. Most likely you wouldn't. Maybe some people would, but I don't know. I guess they don't care about being alive tomorrow. They just maybe they think that nothing will happen. But the whole point is if you couldn't wake up tomorrow, why would you want all this money? It wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't be able to do anything with it. You would have whatever you got that day, and then it would just be the next day you would have nothing. You would have no life, and that's the point of saying it. So it makes it come to fruition that life is priceless. You can't really put a dollar amount on it, and anyone who's lost someone they love dearly knows this feeling of when you lose someone and they no longer are there to have conversation with. That's especially the worst. The people that you can't replace because of how good the talks were, that's it. Those are the people that we love so much. And it really is that real. No amount of money can replace anyone. No life can be replaced by money. And what I'm trying to get to here is that you need to be grateful you woke up. Just as grateful as you would be if you received that $10 million, because you received a priceless gift. Every day when you wake up, you get a chance to make something of yourself, a chance to help someone, a chance to help yourself. For real, a lot of people out here want to help other people, and I'm one of these people, and I struggle to help myself. And you can't help anyone unless you've helped yourself, because what do you have to offer anyone if you can't even get yourself in a position to actually become a productive member of society? And I mean this in the nicest way, but if you are struggling to pay your bills like I was, or if you don't have real knowledge that will help someone in the form of giving them the power to control their thoughts, giving them the power to control where they focus their attention, having practical life skills of how they use the energy at their disposal the most efficiently, then what are you actually helping people with? I think organization and order are key, and using your brain in a sense of order is always going to be one of the best things you can do, and it comes with higher consciousness and alignment in your life. If you can align the bigger than life things, what your dreams are, and then those passions with what you can monetize, and then what keeps you healthy and what keeps you happy, all these things, it's all about alignment. And when you have alignment, you have structure, and when you have structure, you have order. And that's that's the key to life. And this is all you get a chance to do all this stuff every day when you wake up. You get a chance to make your life whatever you want. And no one is going to make your life besides you. Now, you have external forces pushing on you to go in different directions. But at the end of the day, wherever you want to go is where you're going to end up, because you can push on anything and it may or may not move. and it may take X amount of force. So like if I want to go sell a car to someone, some people might take more force to get the purchase or the sale. Other people might take very little force, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean like some people need a high action threshold, and some people need a low action threshold. So like I'm an easy buyer. If you give me a few great reasons, or this even a few good reasons to get something, I'm probably going to get it. I don't need to look through all the analytics of it and go through every single little detail. I have a lot of faith and trust in people. So maybe that's bad on me. That's just one of those things that I like to believe in people. So the number one thing here when it comes to loving your life is staying true to yourself and your beliefs. And this is any values you really have as a person. For me, there was a situation in my life where I let go of my value of loyalty, and it really hit me hard for a couple years of how bad I treated some people, and it hurts to this day when I think back to the things and the actions I did, and all I can do is make sure I stick to my values in the present moment, because I understand what I care about and I understand what's not as important to me. So with these things being said, you got to be yourself in everything you do. And with these upgrades of beliefs and values through the knowledge you receive from my podcast, and not only my podcast, but from whatever research you do throughout your days, you have to continuously be growing. And the only way to grow is to be upgrading your beliefs. Your beliefs are formed from the knowledge you have. Basically, you are raised by your parents. They teach you whatever their beliefs are, and those eventually become yours, and that's all you know until you do research into other beliefs. And this is basically knowledge. Once you acquire the knowledge, you can upgrade your beliefs, and you can make your beliefs work for you instead of against you. If your beliefs work for you, you're gonna feel a certain way. You're gonna be free. It's a injustice to make someone believe something without them actually knowing why they are believing in whatever that is. Very important. So always have your beliefs helping you. And this is just another part of this. You get a chance every time you wake up to love your life, to make your life whatever you can imagine. It's that thing I go back to, and for myself, the idea of am I in a state of heaven or a state of hell in every situation I put myself into. And you can really transform any situation into a good situation with this mindset, as you can transform something from a negative outlook to a positive outlook using that law of polarity. And it's just whatever you have to do, make everything seem positive, and you're always going to be happy. You just got to learn how to make the best out of any situation, no matter how bad it gets. You have to be the person who can actually make life everything you can imagine. Yeah, there's going to be times in your life you're going to question why something's happening. But at the end of the day, when you go through life, you're going to look back on it and you're going to say, this is why that happened to me. And then, good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people. And all it takes is one bad thing happening to someone good that makes them learn a lesson that helps billions of other people throughout their life, because they've taught it to millions of people, and they teach it to hundreds of people. And if each of those million teach 100 people throughout their life, now you've touched over 1 billion people's lives, and it happens that fast. So that's the power of the internet, for real. That's how things go viral, and things get shared, things go across the internet within a day, 2 days. It's really incredible. So my final words here are: be grateful for life by itself, and as you increase your consciousness and learn that being grateful for everything, including life, and then the air you get to breathe, that it's clean, hopefully it's clean and not too polluted, and then the water, hopefully it's clean and not too polluted, and then the food, hopefully, once again, it's clean and organic and nice and natural and not all these artificial flavors and these pesticides and chemicals and all this crap that they put into the food. You just want it to be as pure as possible. You want to be as healthy and prosperous as possible, and you want to have a great life. And it's easy to be ungrateful when you don't have these things, but it's when you don't have anything that you really start to lose it. And that's why the thing that will always ground you in life, and the thing that you can do, the first thing you can do every morning, is wake up and say, damn, I'm awake. It's going to be a good day. So, yeah, that's all I really got. Thank you for listening. My name is Nate Sarantino, and this was the Free Thinkers Emergence Podcast.
I can fly.